Okay, children. So let's start. Okay, so some basic concept of chemistry. Okay, today we'll start some basic concept of chemistry. Okay. Uh, right. Some basic concept of chemistry. Some basic concept of chemistry. So you should know first of all about, because so many measurements will be there, calculations will be there. So get accurate value. Okay. For that purpose, we are using one term is there, significant values. Significant values. Okay, children. So I have discussed already the rules how to calculate significant values. Okay. Just I am repeating in short. Okay, once again, so that you can get more clarity. Okay, children. So see, as you know, okay, children, what is significant figures or significant values? Okay, significant figures also, we can write figures. Okay. So a significant figure includes all the digits that are known with certainty plus one or more with uncertain. Okay. So significant figures. All those digits okay, all those digits that are known that are known with certainty certainty plus okay, plus one more which is uncertain, okay, which is uncertain. So here we can see that uh, uncertainty is inversely proportional to number of significant figures. More is the number of significant figures, less is the uncertainty. Okay, means we will be more closer to the accuracy or certainty. Okay, so let us see. Uh, okay, so rules. rules to determine significant figures. Rules to determine significant figures. There are some set of rules. With the help of that, okay, we can determine how many significant figures are present. First of all, you see all non-zero digits are significant. All non-zero digits are significant, children. For example, 4.2.3, okay, 4.23. So these all are non-digits. So if somebody asks number of significant figures, so just to simply say that total number of significant figure is 3. I hope you are getting clarity. Okay. Okay. Okay, children, you can talk with me directly. You all are unmuted. You can talk with me. Okay. Radha, can you speak with me? Are you there? Okay. So all non-zero digits are significant. Okay. So 42.3. So we can say that number of significant is 3 because they all are non-zero. Number 2, okay. Trapped zeros are significant. Trapped zeros means those zeros which will come between two significant figures. Okay, between two significant figures are known as trapped zero. For example, see 5.03. So if somebody asks you number of significant figures, you can tell immediately this is significant according to the first rule, and this zero is trapped between two significant figures. So your total answer will be 3. Number of significant figures will be 3. Okay, so these things you have to keep in your mind. Then leading zeros. Okay, so leading zeros, children, are never significant. Leading zeros means the zeros which are in left hand side, children. Number is started with 0 0 0 like this. So whatever the zeros are in the left hand side, so they are not counted as significant figures. For example, okay, suppose 0.543. So if somebody asks you number of significant figure, then you have to tell that 3 only. Did you understand? So the leading zeros are not significant, never significant figures, children. That you have to keep in your mind. If you have any doubt, please let me know. And when we start solving the problems, then your concept will become more clear. Okay. So we are discussing about significant figures. Why? Because we have to measure so many things. So the measurement should be done with great accuracy, and accuracy will be more if in your measurement number of significant figures are more. Okay, so see, three rules we have till now we have discovered. We have noted down three rules. Non-zero digits are significant, trapped zeros are significant, leading zeros are never significant figures. Okay, next one is, children, point number 4. Okay, tailing zeros. Tailing zeros. Tailing zeros means the zeros which come at the end. Okay, so tailing zeros. Okay, tailing zeros. Okay, tailing zeros. Okay, that is which are after decimal. Okay, at the right hand side. Okay, right. For example, okay, suppose so zeros which are the right hand side, comma, are significant. Are significant. For example, suppose what 433.0. So this is the decimal and this is ending with 0. Okay, so number of significant figures are 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Understand? uh, Point number 5. Okay, means zeros are in right hand side but not after decimal. Zeros are uh, zeros are at the end. Okay, but not to the right hand side of the decimal, but not in the right side of a decimal. Okay, comma, are not significant. Okay, for example, suppose 11400. Okay, so how many significants are there? Number of significant figures. So first of all, there is no decimal here. In the number which it is represented, there is no decimal. Okay, so only 1, 2 and 3. We'll consider these only as significant figures according to the rules and regulation. Okay, these zeros are under doubt. Okay, there is no accuracy, so we can't say about that they are significant figures. Okay, so this is the 5th point. Okay, let us discuss the 6th also. Okay, so point number 6. Okay, children. Suppose 1.14 into 10 to the power. Suppose this only. We can write like this. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose that better to use here only 114 double 0 like this. It is here like this. Suppose. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we can write this number. We can write like this number as 10 to the power 4. So here number of significant figure equal to 3 children. That's why we are telling that if zeros are at the end but not right hand the decimal, so we don't have much clarity. Okay, children. So number of you can say that if it is in power, so that cannot be calculated as significant figures. Okay. Because you can write this number like this also, 1.140 into 10 to the power 4. Now if you see, then you can say that number of significant figures equal to how much? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 significant figures are there. And the last one, okay, is any counting numbers. Counting numbers or any constant. Any constant, okay. Their number of significant figure equal to infinite. Infinite. Counting numbers, okay. Because simply if you say 2, okay, 2. Simply if you say some number 2, it's not centimeter, it's not any measurement, second or something like, only number. So this 2 can be written like this. So here the significant figure equal to 1. You can write like this. Here significant equal to 2. You can write like this. You can write like this. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Significant figure equal to 6. So children, numbers or any constant appears, then you can say that number of significant figure equal to infinite. These are certain rules. This especially for chemistry, I am telling you. More detail you have to discuss with your mathematics department. So they will give you more clarity. Okay. In our chemistry, this much is sufficient about calculating number of significant figures. So I have given you according to the requirement of my subject. Okay, children. So totally 6 to 7 rules I have given you. Now let us solve some problems based on significant figures, children. Okay. Okay, feel free to ask any doubt. Okay. So let us see some problems based on significant figures. One question is there. It is from page 25. Okay. From our material, it is from page 25. The question number is 3. Question number is 3. Okay. The number of significant figures. The number of significant figures. Number of significant figures number of significant figures in Na means Avogadro's number equal to 6.0, okay, 23 into 10 to the power 23 R. Number 1, 3, and number 2, better I call A, and this is B, option B, okay. Option B, how much? 4. Option C, how much? 5. And option D, all. Now think about this question and tell me what should be the answer. Okay, what should be the answer? Okay, children. So according to the options what we have observing, okay. So non-significant, okay. What is saying? Non-zero. See rule number 1. What was the rule? All non-zero digits are significant figures. So here, this is non-zero. This is non-zero. So they are significant, and this is also significant, and this is a trapped oxygen, and they don't have any contribution. So our answer according to the situation is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is correct. Okay, all we can't write like this. If they are considering as a number, okay, and if they would have told that infinite, then we would have thought about, okay, then we can think about the infinite. Okay, children. Anyhow, one more question is there. Question number this question number is 6. Okay. I am giving selective questions which are fully based on significant figures only. So point 0.000, okay, 25 has how many significant figures? Significant figures. Now option 1 or option A. Option A is 6. Option B is 3. Option C. Okay, option C is 4, and option D is 2. Okay, children. So now use your all rules. 7 rules are there, no? So see, these are significant. These are leading zeros. Okay, leading zeros. Okay, so leading zeros. Okay, think about it and just tell me the answer. Okay, children. So leading zeros, okay, which are in left hand side, okay, can never be significant figures. So only 2 significant figures are there. On which rule we are telling? कौन से रूल पर हम लोग ऐसा बोल रहे हैं? तो हम लोग बोल रहे हैं बेटा ये वाला लीडिंग जीरोस. लीडिंग जीरोस आर नेवर सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर्स. लीडिंग जीरो मतलब जो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में रहते हैं, जो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में रहते हैं और ट्रैप्ड जीरो नहीं रहते हैं, ट्रैप्ड। ओके, तो इस तरह से आपको आंसर करना है। Okay, so let us see another question. Mm, Same type of question is there. This is from page 31. Okay, and question number is 4. Okay, same question, same type of question. See, number of significant figures in 0.0045. So options are given 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so these are leading zeros, so leave them, they are not significant. So 2 is the correct answer. Okay, let us see whether it is correct or not. 4, yeah, okay, so it is correct. So in this way, children, we have to use the significant figures also. Okay, so what is the time? We are discussing only questions based on significant figures. Okay. Next, what we can do is I think you are aware of this concept. Next concept is flow chart of mole concept. Flow chart of mole concept. So I have discussed you earlier also. So we will use boxes over here in this calculation. One is about number of moles, other one is volume at STP, other one is for mass, okay, and other one is for number of particles. Okay, so see, when you are moving from number of moles to the volume, okay, this is especially for volume only, on volume of gases at STP, standard temperature and pressure. temperature 273 Kelvin and pressure is equal to 180. That is known as standard temperature pressure. So, okay, children. So I hope you remember this formula. When you are moving from this side to this side, you can use this formula, children. Volume at STP is equal to number of moles into 22.4 liter per mole. Liter per mole. When you are coming from this side, you can calculate number of particle is equal to number of moles into Avogadro's number. When you are coming to this, you can calculate W is equal to number of moles into molar weight. Okay, molar weight, molar weight, molar weight. I told you earlier, molar weight you can find in this form also: gram atomic weight, yeah, GAW, grammatical weight, gram molecular weight. Okay, gram atom, gram molecule, or simply you can say molar weight. So how you have how to calculate molar weight, I have explained earlier also. Okay, so just you remember. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Suppose anybody asks what is the molar weight of magnesium, so immediately you calculate proton and neutrons. Okay, sum of proton and neutron. Okay, children. So suppose magnesium, so 24, and just write gram over here. That will be their molar weight. Molar weight. Mass of 1 mole particles. 1 mole means 6.023 into 10 power 23. When you keep on solving the problems, automatically every doubt will be cleared, children. So suppose if you want to come back, again use this formula only. Number of mole equal to W by M. Means ability to obtain molar weight. Ability to obtain molar weight, how molar weight can be calculated. Okay, this skill must be in your mind. Suppose you are coming back from this station to this station, I told you. So suppose you want to calculate number of moles in terms of number of particles, then whatever the number of particle is given to you, divide by Avogadro's number. Same thing. If you learn one equation, this is sufficient. Suppose if you are coming back from this side, so we can say that volume at STP divided by 22.4 liter. These all are, every values are per mole, okay, per mole. Okay, so when we use this concept, okay, let us see how we can use this concept. So we have sufficient time. Just I will solve some problems and you can हेलो हाँ मैम बोलिए अच्छा मेरे व्हाट्सएप में ना ठीक है मैं इसको हाँ अच्छा ओके मैम एटलीस्ट कम से कम 20 देना था ना आप बोले थे हम कुछ कम देंगे मतलब हम सोचे थे 15 तक एटलीस्ट 10 तक तो आप देंगे ही मैंने सोचा था हाँ हाँ ठीक कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं मैम आप ठीक है ठीक है मैम मैं अभी भेज करके उसका ऑनलाइन क्लासेस स्टार्ट करवा देता हूँ ठीक है ये समझ लीजिए ये पॉसिबल नहीं है लेकिन मैं करा दे रहा हूँ राइट राइट, क्योंकि जस्ट बच्चे का फ्यूचर है ना, इसलिए कोई क्लास मिस ना हो करके, इसलिए मैं, यस मैम, यस, कोई कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा। आप मेरे को नंबर व्हाट्सएप कर दीजिए, जो नंबर को रजिस्टर करना है, जिसमें मैसेज आना है। ठीक ठीक, ओके। तब तक इसको थोड़ा देखते रहो बेटा तुम लोग, एक एडमिशन का काम भी थोड़ा करना पड़ता है ना। 506950, क्योंकि किसी बच्चे का पढ़ाई नहीं छूटना चाहिए बेटा इस कंडीशन में, इसलिए हम लोग इतना मेहनत कर रहे हैं, इसलिए। ठीक है बेटा, चलो नेक्स्ट बेटा, इस पर क्वेश्चंस हम लोग बनाते हैं। ओके, देखो एक क्वेश्चन है, ठीक है, एक क्वेश्चन है। I am starting that question from here. This is question number, children, 15. Question number 15 of page 26. Of page 26 from our material. Okay. So see, the question is, boron has two isotopes. Boron has two isotopes. Boron 10. Okay. Network is down, I think. Boron 10 and boron 11, children. Boron 10 and boron 11, whose relative abundances are 20% and 80% respectively. Atomic weight of boron. Atomic weight or atomic mass of boron. Option 1, children, 10. Option 2, 11. Option number 3, 10.5. And option 4, 10.8. Okay, children. So see, what is the condition? You should know about isotope. What are isotopes? The element will be same, means atomic number will be same, but due to the difference in the number of neutrons, the atomic weight will be different, but atomic number will be same. This situation is known as isotopes. So these are the isotopes of boron, children. Isotopes of boron. Okay. So how we can calculate the atomic mass? So in the abundance, we have to see that which boron has how much percentage, contributing how much percentage, and then we will give the average atomic mass, because wherever you find out the sample of boron, both the things will be present, both the things. So we have to give the average atomic weight, and that you have to calculate, children. So see, boron 10 is having 20% and boron 11 is having 80%. So what we can do is, so this is average atomic weight, children, average atomic weight, and 20% of 10 means, suppose the atoms are 100, children. Simple calculation. If the atoms are 100, then out of them, out of 100, 20 members are having this mass, 10 mass. So we'll put into bracket, okay, okay, plus remaining 80 members will be having this mass, 11, 10 and 11, okay. Out of 100 members, okay, 20 members are having this mass and remaining 80 members are having this mass. Or otherwise we can say that uh, all 100 particles, okay children, all 100 particles, what is the weight of total 100 particles? So the total weight is, children, you can see 20 into 10, how much it is? 200 plus 80 into 11, how much it will be? 80 into 11, 11 and 80, so 0, 8, 8. Did you understand? So 880. So what is the total mass? So again you can add it, total mass 880 and 200. It is 0, 8 and 8, 10. Okay. So total weight is 1080 of 100 particles. So if 100 particles are there, this will be the weight. What will be the weight in this according to the situation? 1 particle. So just you divide it. So you will get what? 10.80 is the average atomic weight of boron. Average atomic weight. Atomic weight, okay, of boron. 10.80. Did you understand, children? So the correct answer will be this one, 10.8. 10.8. But in daily practice, we will round off to 11. Round off. So this is the answer actually. The average atomic weight is 10.8. Some people ask sometime that why this decimal is coming, okay, like this. So the reason is that because of isotopes. Many elements are present in form of isotopes. So we have to find out their relative abundance, and then accordingly we have to take the average atomic mass. I think if you don't have any problem, if any problem, please let me know, okay? So in this way, we'll move to another question. Okay, so see the next question. What is it? Which of the following has highest mass? Next question is question number 16. Okay. Which of the Which of the following has highest mass? Which of the following has highest mass? Okay, highest mass. One is 50 grams of iron. Number two, 5 moles of nitrogen, dinitrogen. Okay. Then 1 gram atom of silver. 1 gram atom of silver. And fourth option is 5 into 10 to the power 23 atoms of carbon. Atoms of carbon. Okay. So in this 4 options, children, you have to find out which one is the highest mass. So let me remind you, okay, that what is the molar weight of silver? Molar weight of silver, okay. Molar weight of silver. You know what is the molar weight of silver? I think it is 108. 108. 108. Let me give you the proper value. 108. Okay. So if we are using gram atom, so its value will be, because it's the molar weight of silver, 108 gram. Okay. And 5 into 10 to the power 23 atoms of carbon. So we know, see, we know, because if it is 6 into 10 to the power 23 atoms of carbon, its value will be 12 gram. Okay, 6. So it is only 5. It means less than 12 gram. Less than 12 gram. Okay. So, okay, near about or less than 12 gram. So already we are having the higher one. So we should not focus on this. See, 50 gram of iron, and this is 108. So we will cancel this also. So now fighting is done between option 3 and option 2. Let us see what is the option in second. So 5 moles, children. 5 moles means here. We are here. We are here, children. And they are asking to calculate the weight. See how they have asked it. So now we have to decide where we have to move. So we are moving from number of moles to the weight. Number of moles into the weight. And what is the formula for that? W is equal to number of mole into molar weight. So now what is the molar weight of nitrogen? N2. Okay, N2. So N2, the molar weight of N2 is 28. 28 gram. Okay. Each nitrogen is having 14 weight. Okay. 14, 14, 28. So this is the molar weight. So we have used this formula, number of moles into molar weight. So W equal to how many moles? 5 moles into 28 gram per mole. So this mole and per mole is cancelled. 5 into 28. Now let us solve it. 28 into 5. 28 into 5. Okay. 8 5 is 40. 0, 4. 5 to the 10. Okay. 140. So see the weight of. So here is the good news for you that 5 moles of nitrogen weight is 140 gram. Did you understand? So this is the heaviest. So which of the following is the highest mass? So our second option is of highest mass. Okay, its value will be, what was the question? Question number 16. Okay. Question number 16. 16. Question number 16. Where the question gone? Page number 26. Page number 26. Okay, 16. 16. Yes, option 2 is the correct option, children. Okay. 16. Yeah, 140 gram. So in this way, children, we have to solve problems based on the significant figures and on flow chart of mole constant. Okay. So I think time is over. So we will meet in next class. Have a nice day. Bye bye.